So an article in the British Medical Journal has just come out describing the $100 billion quote-unquote Moonshot plan here in the UK to test all citizens is a unevaluated, underdesigned, costly mess. It is 77% of the entire NHS annual budget, £100 billion, and they're calling it a mess. And this is why. First of all, it is volunteer only. So you get to come in and take two tests. One is the PCR test, and one is called an Innova test. The PCR test we've spoken many, many times on London Real about. It was actually never designed to test for COVID. But the Innova test is even more concerning because the British Medical Journal is saying that it misses between 1 out of 2 cases and 1 out of 4 cases. It completely misses it. Also, it has a false positive of 0.6%, which means with the frequency happening right now in Liverpool, for every person that's tested correctly positive, another one is tested incorrectly positive and forced to self-isolate. Imagine that. Half of the people are actually being told to isolate in an incorrect manner. It goes on to say that by testing the entire population, it doesn't make scientific sense because by testing asymptomatic people that are mostly uninfectious, it's just a waste of resources. And also half of those people, if they would find symptoms anyways, and they would come in or they would self-isolate on their own. So £100 billion, completely unthought out, completely impractical. And they said the money would be better spent trying to enforce better self-isolations and thinking about this problem much, much differently. But that's not what we're being told by our politicians. We're being told the moonshot is the way to solve it. We're going to test everyone and then we're all going to be fine. But that's not what the science said. And I had Dr. Martin Kulldorff on the show from Harvard Medical School who said testing anyone under 18 is ridiculous. He also said positive tests don't mean anything. What matters is hospitalizations, death rates, and the excess death rate. That's what really matters. So I don't know who thought of this Moonshot program, but it wasn't consulted by with scientists, and £100 billion, 77% of the NHS budget for something that's being called an unevaluated, underdesigned, costly mess, again, shows a complete lack of leadership from our politicians, a disproportionate response to this virus, and a complete lack of science-based decision-making. We are not using our brains here. We are not trusting the scientists. Our politicians are listening to the ones that fit their agendas, which is how they want to move forward and usually lock this country down, which is not doing any of us any good. I believe we need to get London back to work. We need to get the UK back to work. We need to get that engine of commerce going that gets everything back to normal. It gets our kids in school. It promises them a future. It helps with our mental health. It helps with our physical health. It helps free up our NHS system. That's what we need to do, not these ridiculous mass programs where we're testing. Just because you're positive, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. If you're not over a certain age, if you don't have other ailments, your chance of dying is very, very low, but no one wants to talk about this. And again, Martin Kulldorff said it's 1,000-fold difference in vulnerability from a young child to someone in their 80s. And I believe the average age of the death of COVID right now is 82, average age. So we really need to get our head around the numbers. We need to get our head around the science before we literally crush ourselves from the inside by stopping this economy. So leave your comments below. Tell me, do you think we should all be mass tested? Do you think we should have a Moonshot program? Do you want to be tested? Do you think it will solve our problems? Please leave me your comments below. Forward this video on. Again, we're trying to offer solutions here and try to find a new way forward. I want to lead London in a new direction, and I want to make this city world class once again.